What's good, y'all? In this video, we're going to be talking about what made Super Mario Bros. Wii a great game.
New Super Mario Bros. Wii really took the foundation of the DS version and expanded on it. The introduction of new power-ups such as the propeller suit, Ice Flower, and the penguin suit really drew new players to the series to try the game out. It definitely had 9-year-old me shitting his pants when he first played this game. Propeller suit, which in the name, allowed you to propel yourself up in the air, which honestly was probably one of my favorite power-ups in the game. Although the Ice Flower technically isn't a new item in the Mario series, it made its first debut in a 2D game in this game. Obviously, instead of throwing fireballs, you throw ice balls, and instead of burning your enemies, you freeze them. Last but not least, we have the penguin suit, which basically was like an Ice Flower, except you had easier control on the water, and you had no traction on ice. In addition to the power-ups, this game also introduced motion controls, like tilting the Wii remote to move platforms or shaking to do a spin jump. These additions made the gameplay feel interactive and modern while fitting the theme of the Wii for its motion controls. You also had new things like new enemies, new worlds, and yes, even saving that goddamn Toad. Okay, it was cool for like the first 2 times you had to do that, but once you see that Toad pop up more than like 3 times, I feel like most people just ignored it. I mean, I personally did, because I didn't really care about saving that Toad. He'd be popping up at the worst times, especially like when you're almost done at the game. For an example, I remember when we were at World 8 and we were about almost done with the game, and then he popped up in like that one level with the I think it was the first level on World 8. And if anyone knows about the first level in World 8, you don't want to go back there once you complete it. And so we just agreed to skip him and went on with our day. But we still love you, Toad. No matter how much you are a bitch, we still appreciate you for being in this game.
You think about gameplay when it comes to 2D Mario platforming games, you think about the basics, that being like running, jumping, collecting coins, using items, and progressing in the game. Adding on to those features, the new Super Mario Bros. Series had introduced some new ones as well, such as the ground pound, the spin jump, the triple jump, and the wall jump. They've also added the feature of finding collectibles known as star coins to be used for in-game content such as hint movies, secret levels, and 100% completion of the game. And of course, you can't have a Mario game without items. Considering all the cool new features they added to the new Super Mario Bros. Franchise, especially with Wii, it was amazing that the game didn't ruin the feel of what the original 2D Mario platformers had that gamers love so much. That's because although New Super Mario Bros. Wii was different, deep down it was still following how the old platformers functioned. At the end of the day, you would still have to travel through 8 worlds, you could still find secret shortcuts, you still have to defeat Bowser, and you still have to save the princess. Essentially, it was just the original Super Mario Bros. But with more added to it, and that is what helped make the game so good.
Of all the new Super Mario Bros. Games, this game does a great job of highlighting what this game is about through its levels. Like the 1-3 secret exit. I remember younger me being so blown away that you had to jump over the wall almost at the end of the level to get to the top of the stage to go to the secret exit on the top of the pipe. Only true Mario fans would recall that. Well, fans who were a fan of the new Super Mario Bros. Series. Anyway, each level felt unique in its own right. Even the ones that aren't so good had something special to offer. The game pacing was also exceptional. Early worlds taught us what this game was going to go throughout the worlds in an approachable way, while later worlds demanded precise and mastery over certain things you learned from the previous worlds. It also blended in the classic Mario nostalgia with familiar enemies and themes, and the fresh environment ideas from the new worlds, such as the aquatic world from World, I think, 3, and the forest world from World 5, and the rocky world from World 6. We also can't forget about World 9's bonus levels. I remember most of the World 9 levels being really hard, in a fun way, of course. There was this one level with the piranha plants that shot out fireballs, and there was ice on the stage, and those black things forgive me for not knowing the name of those things, were underneath the ice and they would get unthawed when the fireballs would hit it. And it made it increasingly difficult because those things were around the whole stage. So once a couple piranha plants started shooting their fireballs, it kind of just caused chaos and you had no platform to jump if you got stuck in one area. The game also inspired a lot of creators to make their own mods through this game. Some examples include newer Super Mario Bros. Wii, which we still have yet to beat. We're gonna beat it one day, I promise you that. Another Super Mario Bros. Wii, and Mario's Final Adventure Wii, just to name a few. Shout out to the creators of those mods. I know it's 2025, but if you haven't played either of those mods, you should definitely give it a try because the developers do a really good job of innovating their ideas in the game.
New Super Mario Bros. Wii stood out in its announcement because of the feature that allowed 4 players to play and progress the game together. This isn't the first Mario game to do this because that honor belongs to the Mario Party. However, it was the first 2D platformer Mario game to incorporate this system and later inspire many others like it. The playable roster of characters consisted of the obvious Mario and Luigi, while also having 2 new characters, Blue Toad and Yellow Toad, though this isn't Blue Toad's first time being playable in a Mario game. With these 4 characters, you go on a quest to rescue the princess from Bowser, his Koopalings, and his armies. The multiplayer in this game was a huge success, with many people liking how chaotic the game can be with everyone doing God knows what on the screen all at once. The game also allowed interaction with other people as well, letting players collide with each other, directly or indirectly hurt each other, and even grab and carry each other as they progress through the level. Compared to some future 2D Mario platformer games, the camera was better in my opinion, because instead of doing a follow the leader format, it tried to fit every character in the screen, which I liked. But with all that said, the multiplayer function in the game was definitely its biggest feature, so by making an enjoyable experience in that category, it pretty much solidified New Super Mario Bros. Wii as a great release.
New Super Mario Bros. Wii wasn't just a memory, it was a goddamn experience. It really showed us the legacy of the classic Mario platformers, while introducing us to new mechanics, power-ups, and multiplayer. This game had its charms, replayability, a balance of challenge, and accessibility to all types of players. In short, New Super Mario Bros. Wii was a celebration of all the great things about Mario. Let us know in the comments of what your thoughts are and what you want us to cover next.